Hi everyone, welcome to my channel Wolfenite Insights. Today we are going to do a codependency reading. So what that means is we will be asking the universe, how does your codependency look like right now? Where did it stem from? What you can do to heal? And lastly, what will your life look like after you've healed that codependency? So, as everybody knows, we're all codependent in one way or another, upbringing, things that happen throughout our life really makes an impact, and just codependency is one of those behaviors we really don't realize unless we get the help we need. So, like always, I do suggest you seek out professional help. And this reading, just take it like a grain of salt. If it does not resonate, it does not resonate. If it resonates, then I'm glad it does. And if you need help, go seek out for professional help. Okay, guys? So, with that, we have 4 piles on the table. Pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Take this time to pause this video, meditate, take a couple deep breaths, and really ask God, the universe, which of these piles resonates with what you need to know at this moment in time. And if you are drawn to more than one pile, that is completely okay. Codependency manifests in many different ways. So maybe for some of you, you guys need to hear more than one thing. And if it's only one pile, that is perfectly okay as well. You can find the timestamps in the description box down below. And you can also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and click that notification button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. Currently, I'm only doing it 3 times a month. And lastly, if you'd like a personal private reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Well, all right, you guys, let's get started on your reading. Hi, group number 1. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a reading about codependency. We'll be asking the universe, what does your codependency currently look like? Where did it stem from? What you can do to heal it? And lastly, what will your life look like once you've healed that codependent pattern? All right, so the first card that we have here is your sacral chakra. Group number 1, your codependency looks like losing yourself. Looks like losing yourself in relationships and others. You have not created a sense of identity. You are very much people pleasing and put others' needs before yours. The sacral chakra is all about your creativity, your desires, and your passion for living. And your codependency, the way it is manifesting is by people pleasing, putting everybody's needs ahead of yours. And because of that, you have lost yourself, your sense of identity. And for some of you guys are saying, no, I know who I am. You just want to make sure that other people are happy and they're okay because maybe they have less than you, which could be true. However, in this reading, what I'm getting is that your people pleasing is manifesting in other ways. You are ignoring your needs by helping others. You are pushing away what you desire, your heart's desires, and what your body needs by servicing others. There is nothing wrong with servicing others as long as you're not doing it to ignore your own needs and you're not doing it in a way to get clout or get recognition. Okay, group number 1, that is really how I see your codependent behaviors showing up at this moment in time. The next card that we have here is, as a child, you were compared to others. You were compared to your cousins, to family members, to friends. All their victories, all their successes was just made very clear to you at a young age, throughout high school, throughout college. You've always compared yourself towards others. And because you feel like you're not smart enough, pretty enough, or just overall understand the game of life, that's what I'm getting. Like, you feel like you don't know the shortcuts. Like, people that get all the success and everything is because they're lucky. All of that stuff created a narrative that in order for you to be liked loved and accepted, you have to do what others want you to do, especially these people that you look up to. Because you admire them, you try to do everything you can to fit in. And because of that, it's caused you to do all these people pleasing behaviors. And this is something that, yes, started in childhood with your parents, but you kept going with this narrative as you continue to get older. Your parents stopped telling you, stop comparing you towards others, but you continue to do the criticism and the judgment. You continued to become that voice for them because they were no longer saying it to you. And that's why you kept going through it in middle school, high school, and for some of you who went to college throughout there and others who went into careers, you just really became that voice. You became that voice, and that's why it's causing you to just lose yourself, to not have that passion in life and creativity, to put your desires and your needs in the back burner. Now, in order to heal this is you need to learn to be assertive. As someone who is empathic and a people person, because that's what I'm getting from you, group number one, that you're very empathic, compassionate, and you just want to help others because you want to save them. In reality, those behaviors are for you to save yourself. And in order for you to save yourself, you need to be assertive. You need to stand your ground, and you really need to look inside, figure out your desires, your needs, and then go for them. And if people start fighting back, if people start acting differently, it's because they were only with you because they had something to gain. They never actually loved you, accept you for who you were. And that's going to be very apparent. And that's going to be a huge transformation for you. And it's going to be heartbreaking because these people that you've done so much for, you realize that they only wanted you in their lives because they got to use you. And once you start standing your ground, they're not going to like that. And if they don't, just let them go and start attracting new people that also give you that help and support that you give towards others. You know, it's good to have a give and take relationship, and it's not always going to be even. You know, sometimes you're going to be more of a giver and they'll be more of a taker, but when you're going through it, they're going to give you just as much as you gave in the past, and you'll be taking, you know, what you need in that moment in time, and that's okay. But in order for you to heal, you need to be assertive. Definitely stand your ground, and it's going to be hard. You're going to feel uncomfortable, but get used to that feeling, because only like that you're going to be able to break this codependent pattern. Lastly, how will your life look afterwards? Your life is going to take off. Your dreams are going to start coming true. The relationships that you wanted, the friendships that you desired, even the family you wish you had is going to start coming into your life. And it's going to be very fast. It's going to be very beautiful. And everything is just going to feel good. You're not going to have that toxic energy around you. You're not going to feel drained. You're going to feel energized. You're going to feel like you get to do everything you always wanted to. Maybe you were someone who was like, I wish I could go hiking. I wish I could go traveling. I wish I could just work out. But you never did because you didn't have that energy because you were so focused on giving it to other people. And group number one, the moment you stand your ground, you're going to have more energy to put that energy back into yourself so you can start hitting the gym, hiking, traveling, hanging out with people, whatever it is that you want. But you're going to be energized and things are going to happen for you instead of to you. Okay, group number one, I'm going to end your reading here. I hope you like this reading. I hope it made sense. And if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to grow. So if you like this video, go ahead and share it as well. And lastly, click that notification button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And lastly, if you like a personal private reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Well, thank you so much, group number one. And until next time, bye-bye. Hi, group number two. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a codependent reading. So what that means is we'll be asking the universe, what do your codependent behaviors look like? Where did they come from? How you can heal them, and how will your life look like afterwards? So the first card that we have here is awareness. Group number two, you are highly logical, you are highly intelligent, and you feel like you know best. So you're a little controlling, which is okay because, we are all going through our journey of healing. You like to know things, prepare things, and just, you don't like change. You don't like change at all whatsoever. And if you can control everything, you will try to control everything to the point where you start thinking for others and you start to mind read in a sense that you don't allow others to make their own choices. You are basically being a dictator and just overpowering everyone around you because your need of control is so strong that you're afraid that the moment you're not in control, everything's going to fall apart. You think of the worst case scenario and you in your head what I'm saying is like the world exploding. And there's a lot of fear based on that vision that I had, and it's probably because of what you've been through. But the way your codependent behaviors is going through is manifesting at this moment in time is through mind reading. Instead of asking people what they're feeling, what they want to do, you just try to anticipate it for them. You think for them. You don't give them a voice. You control, like, let's say your friends or your family or your partner wants to go out and eat somewhere and they have somewhere in mind. You kind of disregard what they want to do and tell them, no, this place is better because I know best. And the reason why you feel like you know best is because you're highly intellectual. You're so logical. You have such great critical thinking skills to the point that you don't feel like anyone can meet your expectations. So you might as well take control over that. And that causes a lot of depression, a lot of frustration, and just a lot of disappointment, which then manifests into arguments, more criticism, and more judgment towards the other person that is in your life, to the point that they decide to just walk away from you. And because they walk away from you, then you're just kind of like, yeah, you see, because I wasn't in control or I wasn't good enough, they ended up leaving me. You have a really strong sense of abandonment. So that is how your codependency is really showing up at this moment in time. And it's okay, it's just now that you're aware, maybe you can start doing something to heal it. Where did these behaviors come from? Ooh, group number two. This is a generational trauma. This is something that has been in your family for many years, especially your mother line. I think I said that wrong, but like your mom, your grandmother, great great grandmother, and their mothers, and things like that. This is something that has been going through your generation family line for many, many generations because at that moment in time, in their life, they had to survive. And the best way to survive was by mind reading, anticipating, over preparing, being in control, and not allowing others to come in because they themselves were hurt, they were abandoned, they had to survive on their own. So, this isn't something that is just stemming from your childhood. This is something that your family line has been carrying for many generations. And it really is up to you to break that generational curse, that generational pattern. Because by doing so, you set free your past generations and your future generations. And yes, that is a huge responsibility. And if you feel any resentment towards it, that is totally valid because doing that work for your family line is hard and it's not easy and it's not fair that it's placed on you. So just know that this is something that has been going on for many, many generations, and you are the one who has the awareness and the ability to break this cycle. Okay. Now, how can you heal this? Is by loving yourself. Group number two. Yes, you hear that a lot. Ooh, love yourself. Ooh, accept yourself. And you're just like, I can't because I'm not good enough. Group number two, you are good enough. You are perfect the way you are. The insight, the curiosity, the exploration, the adventures, the relationships that you bring to the world are amazing and they're beautiful. And you are an incredible human being. Stop telling yourself that you're not good enough and you're not worthy of love, because you are worthy of it. People already love you for who you are, but the most important thing is that you start loving yourself, because even though you're receiving love from others, if you don't love yourself, then that love that you're receiving is pointless because you're not willing to receive it. And if you're not willing to receive it, how are you going to embrace it and integrate it into your story, into your body, and into your energy? Group number 2, be kind to yourself. And remember that little things that you do for yourself, whether it's changing careers, whether it's taking care of your body, whether it's studying or educating, those are forms of self love to yourself. The only thing that you have to keep in mind is that you don't overextend it, that you don't try to continue to learn in order to prove or control. You just continue to learn because that's what you like, that's what you enjoy. Not every problem needs to be fixed, you know. Some things aren't meant to be fixed. They're just meant to be observed and looked at with wonder and curiosity. You know, other things are meant to just stay the way they are, be a mystery. Nothing in this world always has to be solved. I don't know if that made sense. Maybe my words came out backwards, but group number 2, not everything in this world needs to be solved. And the greatest mystery of all is yourself. And if you start looking within, you'll be able to see these patterns. And by giving yourself love and compassion, you'll be able to break the patterns and you'll be able to receive more love. But honestly, group number 2, maybe do some loving affirmations. Take some time to listen to your body. What does it want? What do you want to do? Do you want to lay in bed all day and take a rest? Go ahead and do it. Do you want to watch TV? Do you want to eat something good because it tastes delicious? Step into your desires and realize that that's an act of love towards yourself. Granted, you didn't receive it growing up, and your mother didn't receive it growing up, and her mother didn't either for many generations. And that pain is hard to carry through. But just know, group number 2, that with love, you can break this generational curse. And the way to do it is by loving yourself. Okay? Love yourself and honor the people that are giving you the love around you. Okay? Lastly, we have here truth. So, how will your life look like once you've healed this pattern, group number 2? And what I'm getting here is that you are going to be the creator of your own life and your own destiny. You're no longer going to feel like life is happening to you, and your problems are going to be basic problems. It's not going to be life threatening anymore. But most importantly, you're going to see the truth around you and within you. And that knowledge, you're going to be able to use it to manifest the life that you want, to create the relationships that you want. You're no longer going to be in a place of idolizing certain things. You're going to come from a place of compassion and wisdom. Instead of knowledge and sitting in a place of knowledge, you're going to move to a place of wisdom, and that's going to be beautiful for you. But for sure, group number 2, when you heal, you're finally going to be you. You're finally going to remember the beautiful human being that you are. Therefore, the people that you attract in your life are going to be beautiful souls that just want to empower you and nurture you, just like you will empower and nurture them as well. You will be in a state of authenticity where there is no shame, no anger, or guilt. You will be in a state where things will start happening for you, and it's going to just have a ripple effect. For some, I see that you are going to create a family, you're going to get married, and you're going to have that partnership that you truly desire. And for others, free will, you guys. You guys are going to have the freedom to live whatever life you want instead of living a life based off of your trauma and your codependency. So that, I think, is the most beautiful thing the universe can give you. So with that, group number 2, I'm going to end your reading here. I hope you enjoyed this reading. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel, give this video a thumbs up, click that notification button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And lastly, if you like a personal private reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Well, thank you so much, group number 2, and until next time, bye-bye. Hi, group number 3. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a reading about codependency. We'll be asking the universe, What do your codependent behaviors look like right now? Where did they stem from? What you can do to heal? And how will your life look afterwards once you've healed these behaviors? So the first card that comes up is memories of love. So group number 3, your codependent behaviors are very much of that being a caretaker, but a caretaker for your family, for your friends, for everyone around you. What I'm getting with this card, group number 3, is that your codependent behaviors aren't that you're losing yourself in others, but that you reminiscent of a love of a life that you wish you can have. You live in nostalgia. You live in a dream world. Group number 3, I feel like you disassociate a lot. And because of that, your codependent behaviors manifest in a very different manner. They manifest in a way where, like, yes, you disassociate, but you live, yeah, you're living in a wonderland and you let others make choices for you. You depend on others. You want others to take care of you and to do everything for you. Therefore, you're very indecisive. You don't make decisions for your life and you value other people's opinions. And to the point where, like, if something were to happen, you need to have someone else there to make that choice for you. You're afraid of rejection, afraid of being wrong. And because of that, you dissociate and you don't know your needs and your feelings, but you allow others to make the choices for you. And in return, you take care of them. So, what I'm seeing is a very interesting dynamic, mostly more than anything between your family. Your family makes most of the choices for you, and you play the role of a 5-year-old that doesn't know anything, which is interesting because if you meet most 5-year-olds that are healthy, they're very independent, they make their own choices, and they know what they want. But in this case, I'm seeing a dynamic being played between parents and families telling a child, which would be you, how you're supposed to act, what you're supposed to do, the career you're supposed to have, and the expectations. And if you don't do any of that, you are a burden to your family. Your family plays a big role in your life currently, and because of that, you haven't been able to live your authentic self. So you lose yourself in imagining what your life would be like with a certain life partner, how you would act if you had certain money or careers. You're disassociating completely from your life because the trauma bond between your family and yourself is so intense that, like, without them you don't know what to do and you're afraid to leave them, and you are dependent on them because you don't trust your own choice making, because your family has destroyed your self-worth in the sense that you feel that they only know best. And unfortunately, your self esteem and your self worth has really gotten hurt because of this. So you disassociate a lot, group number 3. The next card that we have here is, yeah, you've been suffering in silence. Definitely what I'm getting is this started with your family, like I said in that first card. But definitely it's also because for some of you guys are children of immigrant parents. And because of that, you've had to be an adult at a young age, but an adult that was for your parents. You are very parentified. And because of that, what your parents say or think is a big deal for the choices that you make. And that's why you are indecisive for your own decisions, but you're very decisive for the decisions of your parents. You have suffered, you have, for some people, your parents are the immigrants. For other people, you guys are the immigrants. But there has been a lot that you've had to go through because your family has destroyed your self-worth, your self-esteem, and because you've had to take care of them. It's such an interesting dynamic. It's very complex and just, yeah, very, I can see why you're disassociating. Like, this is a very interesting feeling that I'm having. Like, you're numbing out to make sure that you don't realize what is going on around you and you just live for your family. The next card that I have here is transformation. So, group number 3, what I'm getting in order for you to heal from these behaviors is for you to start standing up for yourself, but also for you to have compassion for yourself and your family. Now, this is going to sound really interesting because at some point, I feel like you guys have been resentful for being parentified by your family members and having all these expectations, and you just have to follow the rules. But because you are a child of an immigrant family, or you are an immigrant yourself, or you've gone through huge moves that have caused you to play this role, your family was trying to do the best they thought you needed at that moment in time. They did the best they could with the knowledge that they had. Unfortunately, now you have more knowledge, you have more resources, so you can see how unfair and unjust your upbringing was. And that anger will surface. That anger is valid. But also just remember that they did the best they could with the knowledge that they had. And even though they didn't show love to you the way you wanted the love to be shown, they were only able to show the love they knew they could give. And for some of you, that love was too short and it was not enough. And you have every right to be angry about that. But definitely, in order for you to heal, is for you to show yourself that love that you needed. For you to start building your self-worth and your self-esteem. For you to start looking at yourself and being like, yeah, it wasn't fair that I had to grow up so fast. It wasn't fair that my family could not give me the love I needed and meet my emotional needs. But now you're an adult and you can do it for yourself. And now that you're an adult, you can also hold your family accountable for when they aren't listening to your needs as an adult. So right now for you, group number 3, it's important for you to be present in this world. Stop disassociating. Start learning who you are. Take off that mask that you've been putting on for everyone else and be true to yourself and your family, your needs and expectations, and voice them in an assertive manner. And if your family can't meet you where you're at, that hurts and that's hard, but make sure that you're meeting yourself where you're at and you're surrounding yourself with people that can meet you where you're at. So you can continue to build a family dynamic, maybe through friends or through a different source. But definitely group number 3, you need to stop pretending that everything is okay, that nothing hurts and nothing's unfair. And you need to start living for yourself. That is how you're going to heal, and it's going to bring you a huge transformation. The last card that we have here is the moment you are able to do this in your future, you are going to be at one with yourself. You are going to have balance, and you are going to witness a love that is beautiful and just filling, you know? I see that you're going to be surrounded by beautiful people that love you and take care of you. And for some of you guys are going to develop your psychic abilities to a point that you didn't even know you had. You're going to start being authentic. You're going to make choices and start dressing the way you wanted to, move to where you wanted to move, and just start a brand new chapter in your life where you are filled with happiness and joy. But I definitely see you being one with yourself, the earth, developing the psychic powers and being a witness of a beautiful love that's going to come into your life. And it's going to be a partnership where you both treat each other as equals. Okay, group number 3. And for the ones that are wondering what's going to happen with your family, you still have a relationship with your family. It's going to take them some time to meet you where you're at, but I don't see you cutting them out. You're just going to be more assertive and have more boundaries. You're going to keep them in your life, but they're not going to take advantage of you the way they were taking advantage of you. So I'm going to end your reading here, group number 3. I hope this helped. If you enjoyed this reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel and click that notification button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. And lastly, if you like a personal private reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Well, thank you so much, group number 3, and until next time, bye-bye. Hi, group number 4. Welcome to your reading. Today we are doing a reading about codependency, where we'll be asking the universe, how do your codependent behaviors look like? Where do they stem from? What you can do to heal, and how will your life look like after you have healed? So the first card that comes up is New Beginnings. Group number 4, the way that your codependency manifests in this world is by not being able to commit towards others, by not being able to just, I see a lot of self-sabotage, group number 4. There's a lot of things that you want in life, but you are emotionally unavailable to receive those things. The moment you are given something good, you kind of challenge it. You kind of push it to see if you're going to lose it, if people are going to leave you. I feel a lot of abandonment issues, cheating, infidelities, but also more than anything, the inability to be able to complete things long term. So what this shows up as is having very stonewall boundaries, which means you never let anyone in. You are dependent of yourself and no one else can help you out. You're like me, myself, and the only person I need is myself. No one else. And although that doesn't sound like codependencies, it is a behavior that is self-sabotaging. It is a behavior where you're pushing things away that you have always craved for. And it's causing you to not be able to ground your roots and create a sense of security. For some of you, the security comes by not committing to anything or anyone because you won't be hurt and therefore you are in control. That is how your codependency looks like. You are in control. Very controlling in a very different perspective and manner. Wow, that's interesting. Now, where does this stem from? It comes from financial issues of your father line. So your father, his father before him, and his father before him as well. There was a lot of instability in the home. There wasn't any emotional presence in the home at all from your father figure. They didn't know how to be emotionally present for you. And they were just caring more about financial security. So therefore, in this life, for some of you, it's more like financial security is very important. If I have a partner, I might lose it. What if they cheat? What if I cheat? There's a lot of what ifs and a lot of mind running that is making me feel very dizzy at this moment. But definitely, group number 4, where this comes from is from your father line. It definitely is something that you need to heal. It is something that for sure you didn't have the emotional support you needed, nor the financial security. For some of you guys, you did have the financial security. However, your father and your family put in that fear that all of that can go away in a heartbeat. So you always lived in fear of not having enough. And that has now replicated to you not being enough. So if you don't have enough money, therefore you're not enough. If you don't have a correct career, you are not enough. Therefore, you don't deserve love. You don't deserve good things, and you don't deserve the help from others. That is how that is coming and being a play into your life. The way to heal this is your throat chakra. What this means is group number 4, you need to speak your truth. You need to find out what your truth is and how to sit with yourself. You need to learn to speak up and ask for help, because by you not asking for help, not seeking help, counseling, or anything like that, you are just following the same behaviors that your parents did and their parents before them. And the things that you truly want, you keep pushing away. I don't like, that's the feeling that I'm getting. But in order for you to heal it is by you speaking up, asking for help, but most importantly, learning to be vulnerable with yourself and others. Group number 4, you don't know how to be vulnerable with yourself. You don't even know how to feel your own feelings. So you understand feelings, you understand how they manifest in the body, how they can affect people, but you're not one to sit with your own feelings. You've conceptualized and intellectualized feelings so much that those feelings become numb because you don't know how to feel them. Well, the universe wants you to know that it's time for you to sit with those feelings. When you feel angry, feel that anger for a while, whether that's like an hour or 30 minutes or 10 minutes. And after you felt that anger, you're like, okay, now it's time to problem solve. Instead of jumping right away to problem solving, what I'm seeing is that maybe you feel sad, but instead of feeling that sadness, you push it away and you problem solve or distract yourself with something else. And that is affecting you from being able to create good, emotionally deep relationships with others. And that's how you're going to end up healing group number 4, by sitting down with your feelings and feeling them instead of intellectualizing them and conceptualizing them. That is definitely the guidance you're getting from spirit right now. And lastly, if you do all of this and you heal, how your future is going to look like is you're no longer going to be tempted by temptation. You are going to be able to be present in your life, and you're going to be able to witness the partner that is in front of you, how loving and beautiful they are. And you're not going to be in this mindset of, what if there's something better? What if I'm missing out? That fear of missing out will be gone, and you'll be able to focus on cultivating and creating something more beautiful, something that you've always wanted that you did not have in childhood, and that is an emotionally stable but also financially stable household. So, group number 4, it is important for you to feel your feelings, because right now you have this fear of missing out. You are afraid to commit to someone or to something because you're afraid that there's something out there better, or that they're going to cheat on you, or that like they're going to take your money, or you don't have enough money and financial stability to have a family or to have a partner. Those fears come from your father line, but in order for you to heal that, you're going to have to be more emotionally aware, and by doing so, you'll be able to create a family, a love life, friendships that you've always wanted. All right, group number 4, I'm going to end your reading here. I hope this helped and made sense. If you like this reading, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel. Click that notification button so you can be notified each time I upload a new video. I only upload 3 times out of the month. And lastly, if you like a personal private reading, you can find the link to my Etsy shop in the description box down below. Well, thank you so much, group number 4. And until next time, bye-bye.